So you are interested in an RFF, right? Specifically?
Well, I was looking into all, but I don't know if I'll qualify for that. That's why I was like, yeah, I can do the RFF. I'm open to that one as well.
What are you interested in specifically?
All, the thigh.
The thigh is
Mm-hmm.
what you want?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so a couple things. Number one, and this happened recently, very recently, the surgeon who does my microanastomoses passed away suddenly. Like
Wow.
died of a heart attack a few Sundays ago.
Wow.
Just like that.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. And it's terrible for the patients
Mm-hmm.
because I do everything. The only thing I don't do is the microanastomosis. So as it is, we were already booking out 2+ years with him. And now I have to wait until I find a surgeon, and it's just, going further and further and further and further and further down. So I just wanted to give you that kind of preface, that heads up.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
How did you find me?
I went on Phallo.net and I saw your name come up.
Gotcha. Alright. So let's talk about surgery, man. What questions do you have for me specifically? I think it's going to be fairly. How big are your thighs?
Uh, I could show you.
Yeah, show me. Let's see it. Let's see them big boys. Is there a lot of fat there, or is it mostly
It's like muscle.
muscle?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Look, I think we could probably get away with like a thigh flap on you. You just need like a little bit of laser hair removal
Gotcha.
over the site of the the graft harvest, and we can give you a template as we get closer to surgery. No sense in doing it now. I think. Did you? I just told you we have a long way to go, kind of for surgery. Did you have a specific timetable?
I wanted it like the end of this year or sometime next year.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate reality of surgery, or this type of surgery, is everyone you talk to, you're probably gonna wait 4 or 5 months to get a consult.
Yeah.
And you're definitely going to wait longer than that for this procedure. Like most surgeons are booking out at least 2 years for these surgeries
Mm-hmm.
already. Are you willing to travel for this?
Yeah, I am. I also have family in Texas too, so I thought that would be cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so that shouldn't be so much of an issue. And you're interested in a metoidioplasty with that?
Uh, Not exactly. I was just mainly looking at Phallo.
Phallo?
Mhm.
You do want vaginal closure though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't had facial masculinization because I never would have known.
Oh, really? Yeah, I get that all the
No,
time.
you look really, really good.
Thank
really
you.
do. And your voice is nice and deep. And have you done any voice therapy, or is that just natural?
No, that's just natural. That's the hormones.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Are you happy with your top surgery?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, man. So, what questions do you have for me specifically?
Okay, I have everything on my phone.
All right, it's fine. Go ahead.
So, as far as like the implants, how long do they last, and how often would I have to change them?
Which implants?
I was looking at the rod.
Yeah. So, so the best types of phallos, the penises out there, phalloplasties, are like the ALT, RFF, MLD, because they've got a very robust blood supply.
Hmm.
I want you to take a guess. What percentage of them have any type of complication? Be generous. Take a guess.
50.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% of them need to be revised.
Mm-hmm.
Time frame, sooner rather than later. Most need to be revised within the first year. Then they need to be revised again, and then again, and then again. It's rare that you get someone that goes to like 3-4 years and hasn't had at least one revision.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so how often do they need to be revised? I mean, they don't, not until they fail.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say on average every 10 years or so.
Okay.
In like cisgender males,
Mm-hmm.
but could be different.
So will I have to go off T for the surgery?
3 weeks before and 3 weeks after.
Gotcha. And so I haven't had the histo yet. So how long between the histo and surgery?
I'd say like 3-4 months beforehand. You know, since you know you're gonna wait no matter who you go to, you might as well just get that done as soon as you can.
Okay.
Make sure they take the cervix too. The cervix has to be gone
Okay.
for that procedure.
Gotcha. And as far as cost, do you know how much everything would be like with my insurance? Or
So
just...
your insurance should cover it all, and you're just
Okay.
be responsible for your deductible.
Gotcha. See, that was the question I've been asking everyone. No one's have ever given me the solid answer like that.
Yeah, it's just your deductible. It's pretty clear cut. Like if
Yeah.
you're taking insurance, if you accept insurance, it is what it is. You get paid what you get paid. There's nothing complex to it, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I heard after like the vaginectomy, it can't itch inside. So what can I use for something like that?
I've never had the complaint of itching inside the vagina. Inside after the surgery,
Yeah, like I've been
your
in.
vagina should be closed.
Yeah, like there's like this itch that they want to scratch, but they can't. I don't know. It was like this question that I saw on the Facebook groups, and a few people have had that happen.
What do they do?
They didn't really say. They were trying to get help from everyone else. I was because I've never heard of it. I was
An
like,
itch? I don't know, man. I actually have no idea what you would do for that. That's a really good question. When you find out, let me know.
yeah, I got
So I
you.
can tell other people. I don't even know how that's possible. How do you get an itch?
Yeah, I don't
Nothing
know.
there.
How long is each stage, and how do you do your staging?
So for the ALT, it's 3 stages.
Mm.
So stage 1, I'll ligate the blood supply,
Mm.
and I'll mark out the flap and cut that and just let it heal in place and reestablish its blood supply. And I'll do the vaginal closure at that time. Step 2 is to transplant the phallus, tubularize it,
Mm.
and complete a proximal urethral lengthening with a buccal interposition. And then stage 3 is completion of the urethral lengthening and penile implant placement.
Gotcha. As far as being out of work, how long would I have to be out of work for?
For each stage, I'd recommend for the first stage, you should be out of work for like I'd say 2-3 weeks at least. You're at Amazon, right?
Yeah.
I'd say 4 weeks at Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Stage 2, you should be out of work for like 3 months,
Okay.
and stage 3, another month.
Gotcha. And will I be able to pick the size, and how do you go about the placement of the penis?
So will you be able to pick the size? Yeah, as long as it's reasonable and as long as we think there's a robust blood supply for it, you can definitely pick the size. What was your second question?
Like the phallus placement. How do you go about that?
I mean, you find the right location for it and you plug it in. I don't. There's a place it's supposed to go, and we look at it, we agree on it, we mark it preoperatively, and that's where we put it.
Gotcha.
That's the easy part.
Yeah, it's just I've heard again. It's the Facebook groups. Like people are saying like the penis was placed like a little further down than usual. I guess.
I wouldn't worry about that too much. We can look at that together when you come in for surgery and just decide then.
Okay. I also had a question about like liposuction. Does that mess with sensation?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay.
You should. Are you talking about afterwards if you need to debulk?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. That's pretty easy to do.
Okay.
It can mess with the phallus, right?
Yeah.
Like anytime you do surgery on the phallus, even if it's liposuction, you risk necrosis.
Okay.
But
Trying to think. Okay. How long does it take for the sensation to come back?
can take, so I would say a minimum of 1 year
Okay.
and maximum of forever.
Got you.
You know, not to be a Debbie Downer, but that's the reality of it.
Okay.
You know, anytime you're hooking nerves up, you're never guaranteed that you're going to get sensation back, but you hope. Usually takes a year. You know, I think in a perfect laboratory environment, the axons regenerate at 1 millimeter per day, but that's under ideal conditions. In reality, it's much slower than that, we found.
Okay. So with like the rod, do you think it will like come out from the tip? Like if I was having sex with my girlfriend, like is there a chance
And
of
it'll
that?
perforate?
Yeah.
That's one of the complications, yeah.
Okay.
That's possible.
And how would you go about fixing that? You just will replace it?
You have to replace it.
Okay.
You have to replace it. Yeah.
And how long do you require for electrolysis or laser?
Beforehand, so it needs to be complete 6 months before surgery for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a long way to go, so I wouldn't even worry about that quite yet.
Okay.
You know.
And do you have any like pictures that I'll be able to see?
So I've got one from my MLD. I don't have any from my ALTs. And I have no RFF pictures, but I'll show you. This guy is still waiting on urethral lengthening and the glans formation.
Okay.
I'll show you his picture. He's a really nice one, actually.
Okay.
It's not too bad, right?
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
Looks good.
Thing's a lethal weapon.
Yeah. Okay. I've also heard of Integra. Do you use that for?
Yeah, we do
Okay.
use that. We'll build that in. Integra or something similar to that.
Okay. I think those are like the main questions that I've had.
That's it?
Yeah, like I feel like
Yeah,
you
you're
answered.
easy.
I feel like you answered most of them already.
Yeah, listen, Jamar, I apologize to you. I was expecting to tell you, hey man, we could squeeze you in here, there, because we do get cancellations from time to time, whether we need to cancel or whatever.
Mhm.
But, unfortunately, this gentleman passed away, and, my it's devastating to a lot of my patients.
Yeah.
And obviously to his family. So we'll figure out what to do from here, and I'll let you know as soon as I find out, all right?
Okay.
All right, and I apologize.
Yeah, no problem.
If you have any questions, you're now part of the family. Send me an email, give us a call, whatever you need, all right, brother?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, man. Enjoy work. Have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, bye-bye.
As you can see, I just had my consult with Dr. Hanna. It was really great. It was very knowledgeable, gave me a lot of good information. The only thing is, like if you heard that his microsurgeon passed recently, like suddenly, and so it's gonna push back a lot of surgeries. So that's the only downfall with that, because I'm trying to get it done within the year or next year. So That's my only problem. But I mean, hopefully they find a microsurgeon pretty soon. And yeah, because hell, I will go with him. But you know, also I have all these other consults set up, so I'm gonna see what everyone is talking about, and then make my decision from there. But I really do hope he gets a microsurgeon soon, because I ain't trying to wait 3 to 4 years or even longer. So that's just crazy. But yeah.